Welcome to a special edition of the Get Busy podcast. We are out of the studio, and today we're doing things a little different. We got to sit down with Ferdinando De Stefano, what a name, an Italian immigrant whose remarkable journey brought him from the bustling streets of Naples right into the heart of Los Angeles. Ferdinando isn't just a business owner. He's a passionate chef, an actor both on screen and behind the mic. And above all, he is a true lover of authentic food. And with a name like that, we're not really surprised. His story is one of resilience, adaptation, and the unbreakable spirit of chasing dreams across continents. And he is a charmer.
In Italy, even though I was in the hospitality business and stuff like that, I was also actively politically.
Ferdinando left a turbulent political climate in Italy, seeking safety and opportunity. He landed in New York with no English skills and began his career as a busboy.
At that time, there was some turmoil in Italy on the political level. And for me, was not good, let's say. Safe to be
Italy
there anymore.
in general or
in general?
Naples
No, in
particular?
Italy in general.
Okay.
In Italy in general. So I didn't have a choice.
You didn't have a choice.
It is not safe here, let's cross. So I came to United States and it was great. The story, I arrived at the JFK airport at 2 a.m. and never been to New York, but I've seen New York in footages and documentaries, and I expected to see these skyscrapers and lights everywhere, and then it was raining and cold. March 8, 1998. I get out of the airport of the JFK and it was pitch black, cold and rain.
Not very welcoming.
New York here, where is it? So, and not speaking English, it was 3 a.m. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? So luckily there was a lady on the plane with me that she was American, living in Manhattan, but speaking Italian. She said, I saw you on the plane. I said, listen, I'm lost. I need to go to this place in Manhattan. She says, hop in the cab with me. And she let me understand that, of course, at that time, jump in the cab with me and we'll go to New York. I arrived in Larchmont in Westchester County. I met with the owner of this restaurant and I started to work there as a busboy because I couldn't even work in the kitchen because I couldn't speak neither English or Spanish.
Right.
So busboy, zip your mouth and just, with the sign languages, you work with the other guys.
Determined to improve his situation, Ferdinando, whom we call Nando, committed himself to learning English rapidly, quickly rising from busboy to server and eventually setting his sights on California.
I noticed that the servers, which were American, Italian, American, Italian, and the bartender, they were making a lot of money. And I was a busboy making $20 a day. And I said, I gotta learn English. So all the new guys, because I was the last kids off the boat, they wanted to come out with me, bars, bar hopping, the clubs. I said, I gotta fuck off, guys. I said, I gotta make money. I said, I came here to make a better life, so I need to learn English. So if you want to come out with me, either you speak English with me, or you have to go on your own.
Yeah.
So for 6 months, I went out only with the English-speaking people. And whoever wanted to speak Italian, I will eliminate it, get out. My word at that time was repeat. I would go out with anybody and everybody that says something, repeat, until I got that word or that sentence linked in my brain, and so I could start the company. And 8 months later, I was able to go from busboy to a server, of course, a small station, so start to make a little more money. And then I became more proficient in English, and so moved up in the rank, and then moved to California. And I worked in various restaurants, mostly in Beverly Hills, until in 2008, I was tired of Beverly Hills, routine.
Ferdinando eventually opened his own restaurant, starting small and expanding as the community embraced his authentic culinary style.
I decided, okay, I want to do something, on my own, and I found this little hole in Westchester on Emerson and 80th Street. That's where we started. At that time, we were subleasing the place, not even leasing, subleasing. There was a catering company that was there from 4 o'clock in the morning until 11. They gave us the space, and we went from 11 until 9 p.m. The Good Pizza's been around for 16 years.
Okay.
The first location was open in Westchester. The people of Westchester, they greet us with a lot of warmth and love, and they supported us. In 2012, we decided to open this one. It's been now, 12 years that we are here.
Fernando redefines pizza culture, highlighting how his Italian roots inform a diverse menu that goes far beyond traditional pizza offerings.
There is a dilemma. If you check our menu, we're more than the conventional pizza store.
Right.
This is like in Italy, where in Italy, you've been there. So when you go into a restaurant or pizzeria in Italia, you know that you are not going to eat just pizza. You know that they have, the steak, they have the fish, they have the chicken, they have the pastas and appetizer, antipasto. In the American culture, the word pizza is perceived as just a pizza parlor or a pizza shop. Like in New York, you find all over, 6th Street, up and down, 5th Street.
It's one slice of pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even now, being here for 12 years, I still have people as of today that come in, and when they try us in the dining room and they try our lobster ravioli or Vilos buco ravioli or our pasta puttanesca carbonara, they say, whoa, I didn't know you guys had this great food over here. We thought you were just a regular pizza shop.
Right.
The word pizza out there is
misleading,
penalizing a little bit, because we could have much more people to come and eat different food, which is my real background. I started to make pizza in 1986, but the pizza came after I started to work in the kitchen as a commis de cuisine, like a garçon de cuisine. The culinary aspect for me, it's primary than the pizza, even though after all these years, my pizza dough has evolved so many times and changed and adapt.
Yeah.
It's that change. Adapt to the time and to the weather, to everything.
So the whole thing about pizza from Naples is that it's different.
Correctly.
Explain that, because in the state, you're in the pizza business.
Sure.
The trattoria business.
No, pizzeria.
Pizza.
Si.
We have New York pizza and we have Chicago pizza.
Yes.
Right? And that's what we know.
Yes.
What makes, pizza from Naples?
That's a great question,
Yeah.
and we need some time, but it's a great conversation. There is many different types of pizza that are called pizza because it's a base of flour and water and yeast, so natural, or the yeast, they're all natural. Sometimes are dry and the other one are fresh. The different varieties due also to the location where the pizzas are made, and also who wants to claim the best pizza or the pizza. But let's start with Napoletana, Pizza Napoletana. Esposito, the name of this baker that was making bread, had this big wood burning oven, and he wanted to make something special for the birthday of Regina Margherita, that was the Queen Margherita. So he wanted to make this special dish for us, and he came up with some very poor ingredient at that time. A little tomato sauce, basil, again in Napoletano si dice basilicola, and then a little bit of oil, and he didn't have that mozzarella at that time, so he put just a little bit of cheese on top, and that was born the Margherita in Napoli. I grew up in the streets of Naples. We're talking about late 70s.
There's no,
and then going through the 80s where there was the old years of the Camorra and stuff like that. When I remember when I grew up, I was in my 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and either you fight or you get knocked down.
Yeah.
There's no other way. There was no choices. So the fact of living in that things has probably been my baggage, so that I brought over with me. I was not intimidated by anything or anybody. So, I would go always, sometimes good, sometimes it's bad. I would go always like a full train without stopping, which sometimes have brought me some troubles.
Right.
But most of the time it's been good.
Yeah.
But yes, you need to be strong, absolutely.
Fernando emphasizes patience, hard work, and deep preparation for anyone aspiring to launch their own business, particularly in the restaurant industry.
The advice that I would like to give it to young immigrants and people that are coming right now and they want to do a business in the United States. Let's say we're talking about specifically the hospitality industry.
The hospitality.
So restaurant, pizzeria, trattoria, whatever we want to call them. In Italiano, we say non è tutto oro ciò che luccica, which means it's not everything is gold, what is shiny. So don't be attracted by the fact that says, the restaurant here, the restaurant there. You don't know many stories. You don't know what goes on behind the closed doors and what the owners of the current restaurant have to do in order to keep it afloat, asking money left and right, loans, and then to repay. And it's not always nice. First of all is put your head down try to learn the system
And the language.
first. Language, and then because knowing the language will allow you to know the system.
Right.
The system means the law, the bureaucracy, what's going on, what's needed to open a business, what's the best way to open a business, what's the best way to conduct a business. Don't be eager, just be patient, take your time, do your homework. Even if it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 years before you open your own, do the homework behind it. And then after you have a much more solid foundations, and you can decide if you want to do it. And if you do, at least you have some foundation that will allow you to build on top. It's funny that you asked me this question, because when I, 25, 30 years ago, when I was going to investors to pitch my things, I was refused. No, always no. And I realized only recently, when I have some people that approach me to be invested into their venue, I see now myself as the investor that I went to ask for money, that I would say, what an asshole, these people, why? I have all the knowledge. But I know now that I wasn't ready at that time.
Yeah.
Because the investors, before you to give you the money, which they were willing to give, if you present them with a solid business plan, with the solid knowledge, with some experience that you have behind you. And if you don't, you're not gonna get there. So get your experience, get all your ducks in a row, and then after you will find a person or someone, an angel investor that will allow and will work with you. What I did for me, since I couldn't find anybody, this is what I did. I put myself full immersion for 2 years. I worked endless, probably 70, 80 hours a week. I saved up so that when the time came, I didn't have to go borrow money to no one. I had money on my own, and I started that place right there. I invested on my own. In America, nothing is free.
No.
And nothing gives you something for nothing.
Right.
You gotta earn it. It's work, learn, experience, over experience. There's no other secrets.
Thank you for joining us on this inspiring journey with our friend Nando. From humble beginnings in Italy to entrepreneurial success in America, Nando reminds us that true success is born out of passion, dedication, and the love of what you do. We'll see you next time.